Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some NBA with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, the Chicago Bulls and the Milwaukee Bucks, they made a trade, if you guys haven't heard already. The Bulls traded Tony Snell to the Milwaukee Bucks, and they acquired in exchange, they acquired former Rookie of the Year, Michael Carter Williams. Now, first of all, let me say, from the Bucks side of things, Carter Williams really couldn't find himself there. Really was someone who was kind of out of place in Milwaukee, and he was just struggling to find his identity in the league. So I think it's going to be a good change of scenery for him. And for Tony Snell, he was a guy that the Bulls drafted a couple years ago. Who had his chance to crack the rotation, to earn his minutes in the rotation. And hasn't necessarily done that as well. So I think for both players, the change of scenery will be welcomed in their careers. Now, we'll start from the Bulls side of things, because in this deal, they are getting the better player. Now, when we speak of Michael Carter Williams, we're speaking about a guy who came into this league guns blazing. Had I believe it was a triple-double in his first ever game. Had one of the fastest and best rookie starts ever, and won Rookie of the Year. Now, when you go look at the stats from his rookie season, they weren't that good they weren't that good, and it was a little easier for him to win Rookie of the Year in comparison to most years, because, to be perfectly honest, that rookie draft class might go down as the worst draft class in the history of the NBA, because even to this day, that draft class has not produced one All-Star yet. So take it for what you want to take it for. He's coming to the Bulls, and look, I think this is a good opportunity for the Bulls to recognize what I recognized, and what a couple people have recognized from day one about Michael Carter Williams, and that's the simple fact that he's not a point guard. He's never been a point guard. His assist to turnover ratio justifies that. When you go look at his career stats, he's been a damn near 3.5 turnover level guy. Averaging 3.5 turnovers on his career. So he's not the kind of guy that can run your offense. But being that he's 6'6", he's lanky. Although he can't really shoot, I think there are some unique situations that the Bulls can put him in, due to the fact that they have guys like Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, Rajon Rondo, but more so Butler and Wade, because those guys are secondary ball handlers. They're playmakers. They can play off the ball if they need to, or they can create for Carter Williams. So I think there's a lot of interesting ways they can use MCW in post-ups and baseline cuts. And the best part for Michael Carter Williams is he gets to be in practice every day with a guy like Dwayne Wade, who has been who's one of the best shooting guards to ever play this game. A guy in Jimmy Butler who's a star in the league. So he's going to get a chance to really find himself. And I think if you're Michael Carter Williams, you got to embrace that. And you got to embrace the fact that you're coming to a team in the Chicago Bulls that is definitely a playoff team. You look at the makeup of that roster, they're definitely a playoff team. I don't think you can say the same for the Bucks. So the Bulls definitely got to upgrade as far as the level of player they got in this deal. And who knows, man, if Michael Carter Williams can get us together, maybe he could even act as a playmaker for this team down the road. But I think his role for this year has to be that of a shooting guard. If you look at last year, right, he played 22% of his minutes at the shooting guard position, which was the highest percentage of minutes he's ever played at that position. And as a result of that, he shot the highest he's ever shot from the field, which was 45%, I'm going to say. Let me see. 45.2%. So Michael Carter Williams, being that he's still only 25 years old, his role in this league is that of a shooting guard. Not as a guy who can shoot and play shooting guard, but he presents a lot of unique opportunities for the Bulls to use Jimmy Butler, Dwayne Wade, and a couple other guys on the roster. So good pickup by the Bulls. Now I'm going to give you the Bucks side of things. They get Tony Snell, a guy who really throughout his time in the league hasn't been able to find himself. I think if Tony Snell becomes a player that he's capable of becoming, because I really don't think he's not gonna be an all-star. not even a starter. I think his role on any good NBA team is being like the 9th or 10th best player on the roster, and a solid like 3-and-D guy who can shoot the three-pointer really well, defends really well, because he is long, he's like, he does have a little athleticism on him. So that's his role in the league. I think that's his role, and that's a role that if he plays it well for the Bucks could get him minutes. Could get him minutes because they don't have three-point shooting, and they don't have a whole lot of defense. So with that being said, Tony Snell is in a good position to get minutes, play a lot, play a lot for the Bucks. So I like it. I like the chance that will be presented to him in Milwaukee. And just like Michael Carter-Williams, he's a relatively young player, 24 years old. And hold on, let me pull up his numbers. Yeah, I mean, if you look at last year, right, he shot 36% from the three-point line. So he's proven at times in his career to be a solid three-point shooter, 35% of his career. And if he can shoot at that clip for the Bucks, a team that was in the bottom of the league as far as three-point shooting last year, it's going to pay huge dividends for them as they've lost, Chris Middleton for the year. That was probably the best three-point shooter. They've beefed up the three-point shooting. They've signed the likes of Jason Terry, Teletovic, Mirza Teletovic, Matthew Dellavedova, Michael Beasley, who they just acquired. He may not see a whole lot of minutes, but the minutes he does get, if he's able to play them well, defensively, with his three-point shooting, there's going to be a chance for him to get some more minutes, and maybe a team goes out and trades for him, because that could also be another audition for other teams around the league. So I think this is a unique opportunity for Tony Snell. It is definitely a unique opportunity for Michael Carter-Williams, but ultimately I think the Bulls won this deal. They're getting a guy who, when he's at his best, could be a jack-of-all-trades type of player. I see Michael Carter-Williams as kind of like I don't want to say a poor man's Sean Livingston, because his game is not Sean Livingston. He doesn't have that jumper that Sean Livingston has, but I think he's a kind of a jack-of-all-trades, do-it-all type off the bench. A guy who can pass a little bit, rebound. I don't want to really say shoot, but he could be an effective player as far as his playmaking, as far as him scoring the basketball, attacking the rim. There's a lot of untapped potential in there with Michael Carter-Williams. So we'll see how that pans out for the Bulls. We'll see if Snell can be a contributing factor for the Bucks. But a lot of interesting things going on in this trade. Let me know what you guys think. Michael Carter-Williams, how you think he fits in with the Bulls, and does Tony Snell get any minutes with the Bucks at all this year? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.